Welcome back to Cog Mind Magic, where we analyze your favorite game characters and try not to lose our minds in the process. Today, we're diving headfirst into Bloodborne's Crimson World to examine the one person who's both hero and victim. Yes, you guessed it. None other than the man who conquered all of it himself, the Hunter. The Hunter doesn't just fight monsters, they eventually become one. In a never-ending loop of blood, madness, and cosmic gaslighting. But underneath all the blood echoes and the eldritch whispers lies something painfully human. The search for meaning in a world that refuses to make sense. Alright, so let's start with the basics, shall we? The Hunter wakes up in Yharnam, a city obsessed with a mysterious healing blood. The only catch, it turns people into crazy-ass, snarling, hungry beasts. You're given a weapon, a few words of encouragement, hunt beast, save the city, and then nothing else makes sense ever again. Because the hunt is endless. When you die, you return to the hunter's dream, a purgatory run by a kindly old man in a wheelchair, German, and a doll who might be more human than you, actually. Every night, the hunter slaughters monstrosities, only to wake up and do it all over again. No memory, no escape. Sounds familiar? Yeah, it's basically the Soulsborne version of working retail. If any of y'all ever worked retail, you know what I'm talking about. As the game progresses, the hunter discovers a horrifying truth. The real monsters aren't the beasts, it's the cosmic entities pulling the strings. The Great Ones. Very creative name. The unknowable gods that mankind tried to understand and failed miserably. And that's when the real psychological unraveling begins. The Hunter is a perfect case study in trauma repetition. Every death, every hunt, every rebirth is a cycle of PTSD wrapped in a nightmare logic. They adapt by suppressing their fear, compartmentalizing their pain, and turning emotion into efficiency. Psychologically, this is called disassociation, when the mind numbs itself to survive constant trauma. There's a lot of this in sexual and physical abusive relationships, where a young person or any type of age person is abused but can't escape because of some other unknown means, whether it be violence or blackmail or what have you, so they disassociate to protect themselves from the pain. And that's a very strong survival mechanism that stays with you for a long time. So eventually, the hunter stops asking why and just acts, kills, wake up, and repeat. But underneath the stoicism, there's existential despair. The more the hunter learns, the less meaning the world has. The idea that seeking ultimate truth destroys the self. The hunter's mind deteriorates not from fear, but from knowledge. Every revelation of the Great Ones chips away at their humanity until all that is left is instinct, obsession, and the haunting question, if the gods are insane, what does that make me? If we were to put the hunter on a therapist couch, assuming they didn't try to off the therapist in the first second of meeting them, they showed signs of a disorganized attachment style. People with this attachment style crave connection. The hunter, he craved connection, even if it had to be like the doll, to German, even to the Great Ones. But every bond ends in death, manipulation, or horror. I know when I was playing this game, you was like so lonely in this game, and every chance to talk to somebody, I was so excited to do so, because it was just kill or kill. But when you finally find someone that didn't want to kill you and you could actually have a conversation with. It was like kind of like refreshing. Um, so this is interesting, very interesting. Maybe the game made you feel this attachment style. So yeah, like I said, every bond has a death in manipulation or horror. So they keep their distance, not out of strength, but out of survival. So if I had to pick a zodiac sign for this one, I would say it exudes Scorpio energy. A lot of Scorpio energy. Again, it's very intense, secretive, emotionally magnetic, and constantly transforming through pain. Like that's all a lot of Scorpio traits right there. Scorpios are ruled by the planet Pluto, the planet of death and rebirth. And if that doesn't scream hunter's dream, I don't know what does. For you've died a lot of times, thousands, hundreds of thousands. Cue montage of flashbacks of screaming, falling to death, getting murdered by dogs, and just the most outrageous of ways. Now, what makes a hunter story so haunting is how it mirrors real human behavior. I'm about to get deep, y'all. We all chase meanings. We all seek truth, even when it hurts us. And sometimes the more we uncover, the less we understand. The hunter's tragedy is the human tragedy, the pursuit of knowledge without peace. They represent obsession turned survival, curiosity turned curse. And maybe that's why Bloodborne resonates so deeply. Because deep down, we all wonder if our own hunts, our careers, our goals, our relationships, our endless self-improvement are just loops in disguise, just happening over and over again, like the never-ending dream. I guess at least we don't have to fight eldritch squid gods on the way to work, and yet it still feels that way, right? Waking up every day to do it all over again. So, would I have sexual relations with this hunter? Assuming he doesn't see me as a threat and try to kill me instantly, I would. He's the strong, silent type. And helpful and wants to do good. Thinks he's doing good. But it's not his fault that the world is driving him crazy. He'll be the type of person that you would have to undress him. He will like it. Just undress him. He'll let you do it. And then he'll let you take control. Yeah, you lean him back, caress the body, kiss him softly, and he will let you do it. He will move. I don't think he will move much unless you tell him to. He might grab you in places, but I don't think he would be forceful. You have to be the one to be in control, and yeah, it'll be a good time. It'll be a good time. Yeah, he'll make a great partner. Right? He won't say much. You won't get a good conversation out of him, but he'll be there. That's my take on that. What happens when he finally wakes up? Do they find peace or just another nightmare? Maybe that's the point. That understanding everything isn't the goal. Sometimes survival is enough. If you enjoy this dive into madness and meaning, leave a comment, let me know if you like it. And here we are, the next numbers for your viewing pleasure. Okay. Stay tuned for the next video, because in the end, every hunter has a reason and every nightmare has a meaning.